Hi, Fiona. Let me know when it gets you fully connected. Looks like your audio is not quite there yet. Sometimes it takes it a second. There we go. All
Hello.
set. How's it going?
Pretty good. Good,
Good. I'm glad
good.
to hear that. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was great. We went skiing. It was fun, but the place was so crowded that we actually only
Oh,
got to go on four slopes, which was really sad because we were there for like three
whoa.
hours. There's
No
like 6 minutes. I
way. I
know, it
guess
was really
because of all
bad.
the snow, everybody had the same idea. With all the snow, I guess everybody said we better hit
Addicted.
the slopes.
Yeah. I may have gotten
Aw.
my cousin addicted to snow sports though, which is fun.
Oh, that is fun. I love that. That's awesome. You got a new person into it. I love it.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
I have a new pencil today, so we're all set.
So, do you ski or do you snowboard?
I ski.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Awesome. That's great. Have you
Yeah.
skied for a long time? Is it something you've done like since you were little?
Since before COVID, definitely,
Okay.
but I don't know exactly how long.
Yeah.
We had to take a break for COVID, obviously, and so
Yeah.
then I wasn't doing it for a couple of years, and
Sure.
then
So kind of
we
getting
got
back
back into
into
it
it.
again.
Yeah.
We
That's
take a trip to
awesome.
Colorado every year, which is fun to ski. Our whole
Nice.
family skis except for my dad, and my brother have all skied. My brother's actually really good for his age. He's 8, and he's already doing like blues and not blacks,
Nice.
blues and greens with me. It's really fun.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, I knew that your dad said that he skied. I knew that. So yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys have that to do together. That's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I think it's really fun to have like family activities you can do all together that you all enjoy. Pretty cool. So then, well, I'm glad you guys got to, go skiing. I'm sorry it was a little crowded, but it also
Yeah.
is fun that you got to spend time with family. It sounds like, your cousin and dad and brother, like, so a lot of good family time then. So at least you guys get to do it together. So it's kind of like going to an amusement park and the lines are long, but at least you get to stand there and like chit
Yeah.
chat and, still go on some good rides, kind of like that.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah. So vocally, how are you feeling?
I was saying a little bit earlier, just like rehearsing the little bits that we were working on last week, and
Yeah.
so I drank a fair amount of water. I haven't warmed up though.
Okay.
I
So
was
you're
just kind of like
hydrated. That's good.
marking it.
Sure. Yeah, and marking is good. You can practice mentally too, and that can still be valuable. So I
Mhm.
think it's perfectly fine if you sometimes are like, "Oh, well, I didn't like sing as much." Maybe it's good to have some vocal rest time. So, all right, so we'll go ahead and dive in, get some exercises in there, see how the voice is feeling. Let's start on just a me sustaining, holding out. Let me check that I've got my sound settings where we need them to be. Yep, we're good. All right, so on me sustaining, starting out, breathing in, me. Good. Me. 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 One more time on those. Breathing in. Me. 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 right, so we're going to stretch the vocal folds. Let's do a woo. Great. Again. Woo.
Ooh,
That's okay. All right, so let's try on wahoo. See if we can smooth out that break there. Breathing in. Excellent. Again. Very good. All right, nice. Okay, so then let's try on mo sustaining, a more rounded back vowel, warm vowel. Here we go. On mo, breathing in. Mo. One more time on those. Breathing in. Mo. Good. All right, so let's try now on. Great. Excellent. Now try. Good. All right. So we're going to try on those lip bubbles next. All right. We're going to do an octave slide. All right. So let's try a. Breathing in. high E, so why don't we go ahead and slide back down. Nice. Good. All right. So let's try now. Let's try on a V. Sorry, I had a little burp there. Try it yourself. Excellent. Good. So we're going to try on a scale now. Let's do. One, two, ready, and. Great, let's slide down. Excellent, very good. All right, so now, can we try now on a...
Sorry, could you I can't see the video. Okay.
You can't see me?
Well, I can, but it's being very odd. It's like kind
of like laggy.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I hate that. I'm sorry. Hopefully it clears up a little bit more.
Usually it's not too bad because it's mostly auditory. But
oh, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully
this never happened before, so I don't know what that's.
Yeah, it could just be like today. I know sometimes with weather, I notice like we've had all the like snowstorm kind of things. Like sometimes with weather, I notice like it might get a little laggier, but also sometimes it can just be like if a lot of people are using internet all at once or something. So, but yeah, we usually don't have any issue with it. So hopefully it clears up.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
All right, so that.
Is that R or like B?
Like a rolled R.
Okay.
Or like a really fast L, like a da 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 kind of feeling, or la 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 la, or like a D or an L or a rolled R. Exactly, yeah. So I thought we'd do this on an arpeggio. So let's try on. So the octave arpeggio, skipping up and down. Breathing in. right. And that is our high C there. Excellent. All right. So let's go ahead and slide back down. Excellent. Very good. All right. So then let's try. We're going to do going a little bit lower now. And let's try on just an open ah. We're going to sigh down. So we'll go. Ah. Just open ah, sliding. Breathing in. Ah. All right, nice. Good. Nice deep chest resonance there. Beautiful. All right, so then let's try just a just kind of slide in a little bit. Nice. Very good. Okay. So then let's try. We're going to descend again. Let's try on mi, ma, mo, mu. So descending pure vowels. Breathing in. Mi, ma, mo, mu. 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 Nice. All right. So Good. All right. So then let's try one more. Let's do the pui pui pui. Breathing in. Pui pui pui. 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 Pui pui. Pui pui pui. Pui pui pui. Pui pui pui. Pwee pwee
Weep,
pwee. Pwee pwee
weep, weep,
pwee. Pwee pwee
weep, weep.
pwee. Pwee pwee pwee. Nice. Good. All right. So, what song do you want to start with first today?
I think since we were working on those like the little, so there's two ways of thinking. Like since we worked on my own last week, we want to work on something else, or since we worked on it, I'll practice it since then. Should I work on that one now? It's like I don't know either way.
Sure. Yeah. So tell me what you practiced and worked on this week.
I was working on like the section in like the middle after like forever and forever, like getting those like shifts because I would like always go like to the wrong note or something. I don't know. It was weird like that, but I was working on making those. I forgot the word for it better.
Yeah, excellent. Like the different intervals and the patterns, the melodic
Yes,
patterns.
intervals.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what I think would be great, let's have you go through, and I just want to hear what you were working on with it. Could we maybe try, because last time we were getting off a little bit, maybe this first time through, could we try doing it with a lyric video so you're actually singing with the other person, because it's easier to match another voice than it is with like a piano or an instrumental track. And then we'll try it just to you after that. But first, let me hear you sing it with them with a lyric video first.
I know it's hard because I have a viola solo.
Oh, yeah.
Later this month, well, actually February 1st, and my first time trying it with the piano or with my teacher playing the piano was like because it's like so different from my part. The rhythm's really tricky. Okay. Okay, I got the video. Do you want me to go from the top or just from the place where we were working?
Let me go ahead and hear the whole thing, and then we'll see what needs working on.
Sounds good. Okay. Let me make sure this one has the words. And now I'm all alone again, nowhere to turn, no one to gun to. That was wrong. I didn't want your money, sir. I came out here because I was told to. Should I make it like the beginning of the song part?
Yeah, just go ahead and sing it and enjoy it, have fun with it, and we'll just see where it's at.
Sometimes I walk alone at night when everybody else is sleeping. Think of him and then I'm happy with the company I'm keeping. City goes to bed. I can live inside my head. On my own, pretending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. And I lose my way, close my eyes, and he has found me. In the rain, the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight, and all I see is him and me forever and forever. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. And although I know that he is blind, still I say there's a way for us. I love him, but when the night is over, he is gone. The river's just a river. Without him, the world around me changes. The trees are barren everywhere, the streets are full of strangers. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life, I've only been pretending. Without me, his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. Oh, I missed it. I love him. I love him. But only on my own. Speaking of musical theater, my school musical tryouts are sometime this week, and I am terrified, but I think I might want to do it.
Oh, okay. So what do you need to do for that?
I don't know, because the information's very hard to find. I'd have to like really dig for it. And I want to do it, I think, but I'm also like a little bit like terrified.
So is this for school?
Yeah, for school.
Okay. I think you should do it.
You're probably right. I should. I mean, that's not how I'm trying out, right?
Even if you just put yourself out there and do the audition, even if you don't accept a role or something, like just the experience of auditioning, I think would be really good. So,
I'm scared that I will get it.
So you don't.
I'm not saying that I think I'm like that good.
But. You can always turn it down if you feel like you're not ready. Or if you're like, I have too many commitments already.
I don't know, because it would be so fun. I would love to do musical theater. I love dancing, I love singing, and I love musicals. So I feel like it's something I should do. But yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so do you have any idea at all of what the audition might require? So like, have you talked to anybody who has done it?
Yeah. I think they did like a weird like thing where they like put people into groups and had them like learn a section of the music or like then like sing it back or something.
So then you don't have to have anything prepared necessarily.
I don't think so. I mean, they didn't give us any music. I need to go digging for more of the details. But
sure. I know are you pretty familiar with High School Musical? Like, have you seen it or listened to it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, yeah. I think it would be a good experience to audition. I mean, I've even done auditions and said like, hey, I'm actually not really available during the time frame of the show, but I just really wanted to come and meet you and possibly work with you in the future and, see what your company's all about. I think that's perfectly okay too if you're like, my availability is not great, but I just wanted, the opportunity to experience auditioning and to do a dance call, to do a music call, that kind of thing, and practice auditioning and meet the people running it so you have a better idea of how things will go the next time. So yeah, I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah. I have never even I didn't even know Addams Family was a musical. So it's like the junior version because obviously it's got to be middle school, but yeah, I didn't even know that was a musical, so I have no idea where to find the soundtracks, but probably be better to listen to it if I'm going to audition before I do. So
yeah, well, I think the library is always one option. You can also look on places like YouTube and like streaming services, but like if your library has different apps or things, you could check there. You could just check at the library as well. You also can look on like just YouTube and places like that as well. Yeah. So sometimes in auditions they'll ask you to prepare something and bring it in so that they can hear just kind of where you're at and what you do. If you did end up having to do a song you already know, which one would you pick? Like which do you feel the most prepared to share? So I want it to be my best song,
but I'd also want it to kind of fit with the vibe. I'd say the one that fits with the vibe most is On My Own. So if I was gonna do, I'd probably do that one, but I'd probably like rehearse it much more and make sure that like the theater quality's better.
Yeah,
and maybe the vocals too.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, I like that idea. So usually they'll have you do a cut instead of the full song. So if they asked for a cut of it, usually it's going to be probably about 60 seconds, I would guess. Um, and so usually it's about the length of a verse and a chorus. So where would you want to start then? I might start after the intro,
Yeah, definitely.
like at the refrain, because I think you know that section better, like it's a little stronger. And then if you picked a certain section of it, what do you think showcases your talents the best?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, my
I feel
favorite verse to
like
read.
probably the part you know the best is probably the
Yeah.
beginning of the refrain.
Yeah. What part's the refrain again? I'm sorry.
Oh, like
Not
the
feels like that.
on my own,
Yeah,
pretending
that part.
he's beside me.
Yep.
That section. Um,
I'd say that too.
yeah, and
I
so if
remember
you
the verse.
pick about, 30 seconds to 60 seconds of that is a good length usually. Um, I feel like, if you wanted to showcase like more variety, you could show them like the, and I know it's only in my mind, that section as well. But I think it's up to you, like what you feel most confident with.
Yeah. I
So, what do
think
you
I'd
think?
probably go with the beginning, unless I'm gonna drill the second part more.
Hmm.
Which
Yeah,
obviously
that's
I
kind
could.
of what I was thinking would probably feel the most secure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you feel like your school's productions tend to be pretty competitive to get into?
I wouldn't say too much. I mean, like, there's a fair amount of people. And mostly it's just gonna be choir kids because
Yeah.
I don't know, uh, if they do. I don't know. There was, what? I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't think they're too competitive because
Sure.
you have like the people who think they're too good for it, and then the people who want to do it, and the people who want to do it but can't. Like not like I'm rude. There are people who don't want to do it, and that's completely fine. And there are also people who bully the kids who do it, and that is not fine.
Okay. Well,
I
clearly
don't
they
know where
just
that went.
don't know what cool is.
Yeah, musical theater is so cool. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
that's
that
rude.
did not answer your question at all. I don't think so, but I've not done any audition before because I was not even close
Sure.
to confident enough to do it before.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I've never auditioned for my school, but one of my
Well, I would say the key thing is to remember to just have fun. Like go in there and,
yep.
showcase your best attitude, your willingness to learn, like show them that you're a fun person to work with and that you'll, bring a good work ethic and a positive attitude to it. Um, so I would say that's probably the most important thing is go in there, have fun, stand tall, show that good attitude, show them that you're someone that they would want to work with in that context. And then since we don't really know exactly what they're going to ask of you, I would have a cut of a song prepared and just know what that's going to be. And then I would maybe also, listen through the musical so that you have an idea of how that's going to go, like what some of the music is in case they ask you to sing any of it, like in the groups you were mentioning, have it, in your mind freshly. And then they might ask you to read some lines as well, like put you with other people and read lines back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've
just be
never
open to
done
that
that.
and just have a good attitude and have fun with that when you get there. And then they might have a dance call as well, in which they just like teach you a dance routine and then you just have fun with it and show them where
I
you're
got
at.
that part down. That's the one I got the best out of.
Perfect. You're like, confidence there. Yeah. And I mean, just think of it as like reading out loud and just
Yeah.
try to put energy and confidence and fun into the reading. But yeah, I mean, I think it would be fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, just try to have fun with it and just you're there to enjoy it and have fun and do something you love and to share the experience with friends and classmates and potential new friends,
Yeah.
be part of a community and bring a story to life. And so I think it's, mainly just focus on enjoying it. But I think you could definitely do the cut. So where would you want to start and where would you want to end your cut? Like, where would you feel most confident with that?
I think so. Either from so it's forgetting about like the whole beginning, like no, no, that again bit. From either the first verse to the second verse, or from the second verse, which is the silver one, to like the middle or the end of like the middle section that we were working on.
Yeah. Which of those do you feel like is going to showcase the most variety?
Probably the second one because it
I
has
think
like a
so,
verse
yeah.
and then like a middle section.
I agree, yeah. So that's going to show them a little more variety. So I'd probably focus there for the audition. So then, why don't we go ahead and just start there? And let's just work through that section, just really focus there. Because if you are, I mean, I feel like we've worked on the beginning more anyway. So it's a smart way to practice to start a little bit, farther back in the song rather than starting at the beginning anyway with your practice. But then also working on it for specifically the possibility of auditioning. So whether you end up auditioning or not, I think it's a good place to be focusing our attention today. So let's go ahead and find that section of the song. And I want you to just try singing that much of it, just that cut of it, and try to think of it having a strong beginning, middle, and end and storytelling. You're good. Yeah, finding where it is. Yeah, the pavement shines like silver.
The pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight, and all I see is him and me forever and forever. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. And although I know that he is blind, still I say there's a way for us. That's probably where I would go. Should I stop or keep going?
Well, can you look at the timing of the song? If you started at that point and went to the end, how much time would that be?
Okay, I will put that.
Because you probably can do about a minute. So I'm thinking you might be able to go ahead and start there and go all the way to the end.
I feel like that would fit the flow of the song better too.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, they might cut you off too, and that's never a bad thing. It's just them saying, okay, I've heard enough. And so if they do cut you off, it really isn't a big deal. It's really normal.
So from In the Rain, that's at the 140 mark. Wait. So that's like at the 140 mark to the end of the song, just 4 minutes. So that's like, I can't do math.
So a little bit over.
A little bit over.
Yeah. So if you go to that point where you just stopped, how long would that be? Yeah, because that's like 20 seconds more. So that's a good chunk.
Let's see. That's from 146 to literally about 246.
So that would actually be a perfect cut then. So I think what you just did would be the perfect cut. Yeah, that's great. So we'll just focus on that section, that chunk.
Okay.
All right. So how can we, I would say in musical theater, obviously we want to sing well, but the acting is actually going to be even more important than your singing. So making sure you have the attitude and that you're projecting and that you're confident on stage, those kind of things are even more important. So standing up tall, having a big energy, projecting like you're in a big hall. All right. Really having good diction because that storytelling is so important. So let's go ahead and try that chunk again, focusing on the storytelling and performing like you are on stage.
Performing. Okay. Let's do this. One thing my dance teachers always used to say was that if you do it over, that's fine. We can always tell you to do less. But if you don't
Right.
get there, then you can never get up to that point.
That's totally fair. Yeah.
Rain, the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight, and all I see is him in me forever and forever. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. And although I know that he is blind, still I say there's a way for us. I love him, but when the night is over, he is gone. The river's just a river. Without him, the world around me changes. The trees are barren everywhere. The streets are full of strangers. I just realized I went way over the time. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending. Without me, his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. I just realized that I accidentally turned my microphone up, so I don't know if that was cheating. I don't think I turned my gain up. I just turned my volume up. So
you're good.
I hope that didn't mess up.
All right. And I would say if you want to, if it feels more natural to go ahead and do the whole section, just go ahead and do it and they'll cut you off if it's a little too long and they need to get to the next people. So
it's just a good song. I just want to sing it.
Yeah, right. And I do feel like when you go to those later parts, we get to hear you go up a little bit higher. Like they might be like, I want to hear what you do with that later parts. They might just have you do more if you don't stop. So I would say just go ahead and maybe practice there to the end. It is a little bit over, but if again, they'll just stop you if they're like, okay, we've heard enough. So they'll just stop it. All right, so I'm gonna let you decide whether or not to go ahead and do the audition or not. But I think it would be a really great experience for you to do it, even if you're like, right now I can't take on a full show, like that's too much. You can make that choice, but I still think that the audition is going to be a good experience for you. So, I think it would be a great thing to do.
If I do it, should I audition for roles or ensemble? Because I think they have it separately.
Oh, yeah.
Or both.
What do you feel comfortable with? I mean, if you audition for a role and they don't feel like you're like quite there yet, or maybe they don't quite trust you enough to do a main role, if they don't know you enough or haven't worked with you enough, and with not really having a lot of experience, they might just put you in the ensemble anyway. But I think if you are like, I really don't want a main role right now, I'd rather be an ensemble and like learn about how this is going to function. If you're more comfortable, you can do that. So I would say if you absolutely don't want to be considered for a main role, go ahead and audition for ensemble. But if you do audition for a main role, they might still consider you for ensemble anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Our school, I feel like they do it weird. I think the way that people are talking about is you don't audition for a specific role. You just kind of audition and they'll like.
Yeah. So I think it's more them knowing that you would like to have like a solo featured role. Yeah.
I'm sure I'd be fine either way, but then again, I can't just assume that I'd be like, oh, fine and dandy on a a stage. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on stage before, but never for singing.
Also, though, like if dancing is really strong, they may need you to be more ensemble, is the thing. Like if you go in and they're like, oh, we really need strong dancers in the ensemble. I personally think ensemble is actually a pretty challenging, demanding job because you're
Definitely.
singing, dancing, and acting all at the same time, all the time, and
I
you're
have
constantly
nothing to do with
changing
ensemble.
characters.
That's always
So, like, you're not just one character all the time, you're like changing costumes and like turning into new people. So, I think it actually is a really big challenge. And with how skilled you are at dancing, they may need you more in ensembles. So, if you are like, I'd really like to have solo singing opportunities, I think I would love to play a main role, go ahead and audition for that. And then if they need you in ensemble, they'll still have you do that anyway, I think. So,
I mean,
yeah.
also, that's
Do you
always high
have a
school.
resume like put together for performing?
I don't. I could do
Yeah,
that.
so they'll probably have a form for you to fill out, which would be fine, but in the future we might want to put together a resume for you. But they'll probably ask things like, have you had any performing experience? Put anything that relates. So put on there that you have a voice coach. Put on there that you have dance experience, like any dance shows you've done, any choirs or band experience with music, like anything like that can be helpful for them to know if you've done any, even like in your younger years, school productions, like Christmas pageants and things like that, you can put just so that they know you have that performance experience.
I was actually once in the Nutcracker, like professional one as a little tiny baby. I was a snowflake.
Oh, that's so cute.
I barely
That's
remember
awesome.
that, but it was
Yeah.
really fun.
So all that kind of stuff should go on your audition form, so that they know. And then I also want you to try to think about like your availability before the audition as well. So you can put on there if you have any conflicts or like time frames that you're like, oh, I'll be in, orchestra stuff, competing on this weekend. Like all of that should go on the form. So try to kind of look ahead and know when you're available and when you're not, if possible.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yep, sounds great.
Awesome. So whenever I go into an audition, I try to, because I get really in my head, I just say to myself, stand tall, breathe, have fun. And if I'm doing those three things, I'm like, I'm doing everything I can do then, because you've already done the work. You've already prepared the best that you can. And so at that point, all you can do is stand up tall, smile, breathe, and just have a good time. And they're going to love you. So just have fun with it. Yeah?
Okay.
All right. Well, let me know how it goes, okay?
Of course, thank you.
And if you have any, anxieties or need a pep talk or anything, just send me a text message.
That's great, thank you.
All righty. Nice work today, Fiona. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.